What's up, delivery fam? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Gig App Life podcast, where we discuss just about all these apps out here. Anything going on, you're going to hear it right here. And tonight, we got Mrs. UDM with us.
Hello, everyone. Hey, guys.
It's been about a couple of months since y'all heard her, right? Since when we left the apartment.
Yes.
All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about Instacart. Is Instacart overworking their shoppers? Are shoppers underpaid, or they're accepting bad batches? We're going to talk about all of that tonight, and since Mrs. UDM, she does Instacart. You still do Instacart, right?
Yes, I do, but It's just been a while.
It's been a while because you were focused on Shipped. All right, so we're going to be talking about that, and, we're going to open up the lines, and I want you guys to call in and share how you feel about what we're discussing, okay? Because everyone has their opinions, and I feel like your opinion should be heard just as much as ours, okay? So, with that said, I don't want to take much longer to get into it because we are already late, right? It's really my fault. I'll just take the full blame on that. But anyway, let's cut this music off, and let's get the show started, all right? All right, let's cut that off. Boom. We got Monique Milner in the house. We got Dasher Pass. We got 2020. We got Julie Booley. Julie Booley. Don't act like you don't know that song. Julie Booley. But I'm replacing the name. But anyway, what's up, Julie Booley? Greg Wiseman. What's up, Steve on the road? Donna Rules. Who else we have here? Trey, the Marshall, Smacking AZZ. Arturo does it all. Kim Side Money Plans. Vaughn 107. We got you, Monroe. I don't want to go through the whole list. There's a lot of people that are here that were here before the stream began. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being patient. We definitely appreciate y'all. All right. So, Sarah Keston. Hey, Sarah Keston. All right. So, with that said, let's dive into tonight's topic. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the Instacart community. Mrs. UDM don't know too much about what's going on, but there's a strike coming up.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I got to get you up on the screen. I forgot that part. All right. There's a strike coming up. Just hearing that there's a strike coming up, what's the first thought that comes to mind, Mrs. UDM?
Well, usually when people go on strike, it's for a reason. It's a major reason, so they must be playing with their money.
And it's always the money, right?
Yeah, usually it's the money.
Yeah, fair pay, typical.
Or tips. Money or tips. it's all money.
But tips is money, too.
Yes.
So the thing is, now it seems like, to be honest with you, it seems like there's a bit of a cycle going on here. Like, it's Instacart, it's DoorDash. It's Instacart, it's DoorDash, it's Uber. It's DoorDash. It's Instacart. It's like there's this cycle that is like it's never ending. All right. So anyway, the main point of tonight is I just wanted to have this conversation because I feel like I have my opinions, you have yours, but I want to take it to a point that I don't feel like we've ever taken it to. Now you don't know what I'm really gonna say, but I want to take it to this next level because I want my opinion to be heard. All right?
Okay.
I want my opinion to be heard. I want yours to be heard. And if someone disagrees, then they just disagree. We're going to open up the lines for you guys to call in and we can have this conversation. All right. So with that said, everything that's going on in the Instacart community right now, fair pay, because of tips, there should be a minimum 10%. There's so many different arguments. There's so many different videos on this main topic. There's people that are saying like, it sounds like, and I'm going to be very honest and say, it sounds like, they're trying to target YouTubers that have a strong opinion about strikes and, why they shouldn't do strikes. But in the end, everyone should have their own opinion. So I wanted to show a few things that I did pull off of Reddit, but at the same time, I know this is real. All right. Because a lot of, I don't know who would do this, but let's look at this really quick. All right. This is an Instacart order. It says 65 cases. Okay. 65 cases of, I don't know if you say, I know, Croix. I say Croix. Okay. I don't know if that's going, I'm from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands. That's how it's spelled. Yeah. La Croix. That's how I would say it. But I don't know if it's La Croix. You know, sparkling water, variety pack, 24 by 12 ounce cans. 65 cases of that. 65 cases. And they have 2 of them. Okay. Now, I looked at this as well. $76 Sam's Club triple. This person accepted a triple order. And look at all those cases of Coca-Cola and all that stuff that they have on the cart. For $76. Triple. What do you got to say about that? Just looking at that order. $76 and it's a triple. It's not a single batch. Just look at that.
That's insane. That's crazy. And that $76 probably didn't even include a tip.
But look at it. Is $76 worth it? The question is, are they underpaid? Like the thumbnail says, underpaid, overworked, and angry. Right now, they're angry. There's all this stuff going on. They're preparing for this strike. I think the date is October 16th. I think it's in the thumbnail right there. You know, all of this stuff that's going on, like, okay, I'm going to put this one up as well. $64.09, 3 full service orders, 47 items, 67 units. What about that? Just looking at that for what it is, you don't go through all the pictures of what you might have to pick up, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think about that one? Is that decent pay for 3 full service orders?
No, I don't. I don't think that's decent pay at all.
You don't think that's decent pay at all? What would be decent pay for 3 full service orders, going an estimated 38.1 miles and for 67 units?
A minimum $100.
A minimum $100?
Yeah.
How many of you in the chat agree with Mrs. UDM?
Because that's a lot. Because in that 67 items, you could have a lot of heavy, bulky things that you have to pick up. And
right.
then, of course, I'm sure if something is not there, they're going to want you to substitute and do all of these extra things in your time. And it takes longer. Right. So minimum $100. Minimum
$100. Does anybody disagree with Mrs. UDM? Minimum $100 for this order right here. If you disagree, hell to the nah. A lot of people saying hell to the nah. Now, the very last thing I am going to put up on the screen is this right here. All right? Look at this. Why can't every apartment have a few carts like this? I almost thought I was dreaming when I opened the door and saw these sitting there. These are like special carts that they have at the apartment buildings. So imagine you get an order like this, Mrs. UDM, 3 orders, right? Or 3 batches, a triple batch, full of Coca-Cola from Sam's Club, and you got $76. It was probably worth $76 just loading it up on that cart, right?
Exactly.
$76 worth of work loading it up on that cart. But then you got to get to this apartment. Oh, man, I didn't know it was an apartment building, but at least, oh, thank you. They got these carts that you could put it on the elevator and then you could carry it all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay. So I guess it's fair to say, let's get us back up on the screen. I guess it's fair to say that workers or Instacart shoppers are underpaid. It's fair to say that?
Yes, I do. I think it's fair to say that.
Underpaid?
With all the grocery apps, it's fair to say that, not just Instacart.
Okay. All the grocery apps, including Shipt.
Yes. I think they all have an issue with that because the fact is that these customers, they order so many different things and, you know, they have all these bulky items and then you have to carry all these things up. You know, sometimes you're not lucky enough to have carts by the elevator where you
Right.
could, or to take it up. You have to
Right.
carry all of that stuff up, back, going up the stairs, back down the stairs, multiple trips, and a lot of times you don't even get a tip.
Okay, now here's the strong opinion that I have, okay, about this. Yes, there's a lot of work they got to put into these orders, right? These are bad batches. Do you agree or you disagree?
Yeah, I do. I think there should be a limit on how many items the customer can order in regards to, the certain things, like 67 cases of soda or whatever that was, sparkling water. That's unacceptable. You should have a limit on how much each customer can order in regards to the cases, because it's a lot.
Now, check this out, right? When I pulled that picture of the 65 cases of the sparkling water, there were some additional comments underneath that. And they said that these people that place these orders, they can order a pallet. They could just order an entire pallet, but instead they're placing this type of order through Instacart, and then whoever takes that batch, it doesn't matter if you're if you're riding in a smart car, a Fiat, or if you have a flatbed truck, okay? If you take that batch, you are responsible for it. It's a bad batch. It's a bad batch all the way round. It's a bad batch, but there's people that's taking it, okay? Now, after they're taking these bad batches, taking a good amount of them, you're going to get frustrated that you done bust your behind all day, and then what? You only made $150? $200? That's all you made? And geez, why are you accepting these bad batches? You got to make money. Okay. Did you see the money, or you saw what you really had to accept or what you had to shop for? Now, going into the strike, this is the strong opinion that I was kind of like delaying a little bit. Going into the strike, some people are sensitive about this because they feel strongly about all of this stuff. Okay. Now, going into the strike, why are you accepting something you do not want? Why are you accepting something that would potentially get you frustrated to the point that you feel like now you're being underpaid? Why would you do that to yourself? Why? The strike is always going to be this revolving cycle. And another strong opinion is this. When everything was great and they were offering referral bonuses, those referral bonuses loaded up, even they stacked up the applications to work Instacart in your area. They have a whole lot of people in the queue waiting to get on Instacart in your area. And now they're cutting your pay, and they're giving you more work to do. And you are accepting the bad batch. You're accepting a bad batch, and you get frustrated over time. And now you organize a strike, and they have a ton of people waiting in the queue because you saw some money up front with the referral bonuses. Now, I'm saying this is a strong opinion. I know it is, right? I'm saying this and I'm trying to help you understand something. What's the way that they say it, Mrs. UDM? Help me with my words. Like, you made your bed. How you say it?
You make your bed hard, you have to lay in it.
You make your bed hard, you have to lay in it, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, you have to be independent, and think of it the way that I've been trying to push, right? You have what you accept, you have to deal with that. You accepted that. Don't get frustrated over the fact that you accepted it. And if the platform is not paying you decently, why are you even turning it on? Mrs. UDM hasn't done Instacart in how long?
Almost a year now.
Why did you stop and was focused on Shipt?
Well,
before Ship changed their whole crappy, pay model. All right.
Well, it had a lot to do with the bots too, as well. It was very hard to get orders, and then also the pay. It was a lot of fraud going on. You're making deliveries. People are saying they're not getting certain items. Instacart is really bad about that in regards to allowing the clients or customers, should I say, to do that, and then they take the customer side. So a lot of people will be being deactivated because of it. So I'm just like, no, I am not dealing with this.
And then on top of all of that, their rating system is strict.
Yes, it's really, really strict.
Why are y'all doing this to yourself?
And then if the lower your ratings are, then the less orders you're going to get.
The question, again, why are y'all doing this to yourself? Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to fight for something, you fight for it. I'm all with the fight. Yeah, you fight for it. But why are you putting yourself in a tough situation and you're constantly going out there and experiencing the same tough situation on a monthly basis or a weekly basis, daily basis, however often it happens? Why are you doing that to yourself? Get out of that vicious cycle. And now you're looking for an extreme, like a whole lot of people to back you up with a strike to fight for better pay. It's not making any sense to me, Mrs. UDM. If you had that bad experience, you did a Sam's Club, you had you took a bad batch, three batches, and you had a cart filled with a bunch of heavy cases of Coca-Cola and all that other stuff. I want to know, I kind of know your answer already. I think I do. But what would you do if you experienced that bad batch for the $70-something, however much it was? Let me put that back up on the screen. How much was it? I think
it was 67, wasn't it?
There it is right there. $76. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cases of Coca-Cola that we can see. Okay? What would you do if you made a mistake and you took that one? Would you take another one?
No, of course not.
Even in the act of desperation?
No, that's okay. Because think about it. In the long run, you're injuring your body. You may be out. What if you mess up your back muscles or anything like that? It's not going to be worth $76. So, okay, yeah, I accepted the first time because I didn't read it quick enough. I'll complete the order, but never again will I take one. That's why even with Ship, I never really did. They have BJs and all of the other things. I didn't do those because a lot of those people, they pack on those a lot of water and Gatorade and all that stuff. I'm a woman. I can't be lifting all that stuff all day long. It's going to mess up my back. So I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Joe Gig in the chat says, again, just like any app, the point is none of the orders should be so bad that we sit here and say, why would you take that? What you got to say about what Joe Gig just said?
But also, as an independent contractor, you have a choice to take what you want. So if you feel that you don't want that order because of everything that they're offering there, once you see and look at it, you have that choice. That's why you're an independent contractor. You don't have to take it. So at the end of the day, this is why we end up in the situation that we end up in, is because people will take the orders that are not good. If they stop taking them, then maybe eventually they'll get rid of them. But of course, somebody's going to take it because they feel like they're in desperation and they have to make their money. You got to find out other ways to make your money. That's why you have to multi-app. But you can't allow these apps to use you and mistreat you because they don't care. They're not doing it. You're the one that's doing it. You're going to go home, be in pain at night. They're not going to be there to take care of you, rub your back, your feet, nothing. So at the end of the day, you got to be smart and you got to take care of your body.
I totally agree. I totally agree. We're going to open up the lines in a few. All right. We're going to open up the lines. All right. Now, this entire thing with Instacart is not the first round. It's not the second round. I don't know how many rounds it's been. Right. But what happens in a grocery store? What happens when a certain product does not sell? You want to answer?
Well, if it doesn't sell, they discount it to get rid of it as much as possible, and then they don't bring it back ever again. That's it.
Let me ask that question again. What happens in a grocery store? What happens to a certain product? Or not just a grocery store, or anywhere. When something is not selling as much, what happens to it? What do? They get rid of it. They don't put it in the front where everyone can see it. They take it off the shelves. They take it off the rack. They don't sell it no more. When you go to that store and you ask, hey, what happened to that? Oh, we discontinued that. Why you think? It wasn't selling. They wasn't making money from it. So what I'm getting at is, if they're sending you bad batches, if you don't take them out of an act of desperation, what do you think they're going to have to do? They're going to have to pay you more. They're going to have to do something different to get you to want to take that bad batch. But at the same time, it would involve more money. All right, you got to understand, these apps don't do what we do. They don't know what it's like to carry all those cases of Coca-Cola or water or whatever. They don't know what it's like to carry it to an apartment building and deal with their customers. They don't know what it's like. They're probably sitting in their nice, cozy office with a expensive computer chair, with a nice desk that's made out of, I don't know, their AC, and we're out here hard work, doing all the hard work. Why are you letting them do that to you? Because you feel that you need to out of an act of desperation? That is not okay. So, but I also have to say that a strike, I don't see the point. This is not the first one. This is not the second one. This is not the third one. I don't see the point. They should not be doing it. And when you do a strike, you get everyone involved. When they start adding rules or changing things, it never works out in our favor. It never works out in our favor. If you don't want to listen to me, I've been doing this 4+ years. Some of y'all have been doing it a lot longer. But I'm telling you, from every strike that I've seen, every strike on Instacart, on DoorDash, on Uber, it never works in the driver's favor or the shopper's favor. Never. These Instacart shoppers have been striking for a minimum 10% tip for how long now? It never works in our favor. And it's a strong opinion. I know it is. And I'm going to tell you, my strong opinion is you are independent. You are not supposed to take this abuse. This is abuse. You are underpaid. I just proved it. I put it all up on the screen. You are underpaid, but why you keep on doing it? And then you get so frustrated that you want to strike and then get everybody involved. And it's the same vicious cycle all over again. All right, Mrs. UDM, at this time, I feel like we should open up the lines. What you think?
Yes, definitely. Let's hear what the callers have to say.
Let's open up the lines. I'm going to play a little music. The numbers are on the screen if you wish to call in. The number is 754-399-3941. Feel free to call in. I'm not here to argue with anyone. She's not here to argue with anyone. We all have our opinions, and I have a very strong one because of the amount of years I've seen this vicious cycle just keep on repeating itself. And next year, it seems like it's going to be the same exact thing again. We need to do better. We need to be more independent. Why are we so dependent? Instacart is a shopper's app. If you like to shop, there's other apps that you could go ahead and try to do something different. But if they're treating you poorly, you cannot tell me that you're going to turn that app on every single day and take those bad batches that's going to possibly hurt your body. Why are you doing this to yourself? Strong opinion, y'all. Why are you doing this to yourself? The number is on the screen, 754-399-3941. If you feel strongly about this and you want to share and try to help me understand why you feel the need to strike, why do you feel the need to strike and take this kind of abuse? You are underpaid. I'm agreeing with you. We are agreeing with you. You're underpaid and you're constantly taking these types of batches. Why? The number is on the screen. Thank you for the $20, Middleton Technologies. Come on, waiting on a caller. That's all we waiting on. Don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid to share your opinion. Even if you want to call and you don't want to share who you are, I'm willing to take an anonymous caller right now. But I want to have this conversation. Let's talk. It's abuse. It is. But why are you allowing it? Okay, Joe Gig says, I don't think the strikers are taking the low batches. They are wanting it to stop. How can you tell a company that's looking out for their benefit, their bottom line, to stop sending low batches? The reason why they're sending low batches is because someone is taking them. Even if the strikers are not taking them, someone is taking them. So I really want to get a call on the line. Now we got 3 in the chat, in the queue. Thank you for calling the gig. Hello? Can you hear her? Can you hear me? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Pedro?
Yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you loud and clear. Let's cut this music off. Talk to us, Pedro.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. This is a tough subject. I just did a video on it, and I'm with you 100%. And this is why. I think I want to have empathy, right? Because I understand, like, there are people taking these orders, and I believe in protesting and striking for things. I think we have to do that. But what I'm afraid of is, if let's say we win, let's say the strike goes and it goes over well, and the base pay gets higher, and everything gets better, and I feel like then they're gonna put more restrictions and make us take certain orders and do things, and maybe we're employees. And for me, I know you've been doing this over 4 years. I've been doing it a lot less than you. For me, this kind of work should be a stepping stone to something else. And 90% of the workforce, based on what they tell us at least, is they do this very part-time. So we're trying to fix the issue for 10% of the workforce that want to do this part-time or want to do it full-time and make all their income doing it. I think that we shouldn't be doing these apps full-time for a long period of time. And most of the people that are wanting to strike are doing it, and that's probably their only income, and they're upset, and I get that. But, like, at what point we're expending all this energy to protest and strike and get news cameras and do all these things and make these videos, and I'm guilty of it too. But at what point do we not say, hold up, why am I telling a customer to turn the app off? That could be affecting some single mom that is taking these orders because she has to and she doesn't know any better yet. But, like, why not just turn it off yourself and work any of the other 100 apps and continue to bet on yourself and continue to, like, figure out in your market, where can I make the money? I see a lot of people spending so much energy and time, and I don't ever see, like you said, you have all these strikes. What is happening? I don't see the benefit in it. Long term, I don't see it. I think it's more we want to make ourselves feel good in the moment, and we want to be heard, and that's good. And we want to be interviewed, and we want to make a video. But I don't see what we stand to gain from it. Because for me, I can complain and make a video about DoorDash lowering my base pay like I did 2 months ago, but you have to adapt. You have to be smarter than the algorithm. And I'm still able to make what I need to make. And I know not everybody maybe can say that based on market because it's so market specific. But then what is the app for you? Maybe you need to walk dogs. You need to fold clothes. We have to bet on ourselves and stop relying on these apps and giving them so much of our energy, because I feel like we're wasting time when we do that. And I feel like there's a lot of really talented people out here that are very intelligent, that are doing these videos and that are doing these coalitions, and they're doing great things. But like, I look at it like, man, these people could be like really making changes in the world, like with things that are like jobs that have true dangers. Like, this job isn't dangerous, man. Like, it's not. In my opinion, delivering grapes, they call it extremely dangerous work. It's not extremely dangerous. And I feel really strong about that because I feel like we're not really looking at the reality of the situation, and we're being very emotional about things. And we have to take that energy and work on ourselves in other ways. I think that it will do us better served. That's just my opinion, man. So I'm sorry to bogart your live and everything, but like I think we're looking at it the wrong way.
You know, I thank you for your opinion. Do you have something to say? You were like she was shaking her head. She was like, yeah. Like she was agreeing with you, Pedro. Go ahead. Say what you got to say to him.
I was agreeing with some of the things that he was saying in regards to, about the apps and working more than one app. You have to multi-app. The only part that I was, kind of disagreed with is that the full-time part. People for various reasons do these apps full-time. It's, for certain reasons they don't want a W-2, and, we all respect that. So if they are going to do it full time, like you said, Pedro, they have to make sure that they're able to make their money if Instacart is not doing it for them anymore. I think each app at the end of the day, it has this period where it's doing well and you're making good money, and then it starts to slow down. So, that's why you have to have multiple things. And you mentioned before, fold clothes, walking dogs, whatever you got to do, to make that money. So that's the most important thing.
No, you're absolutely right. I think, I look at it like, I've never done Instacart, so I have a very ignorant opinion on it. I've never actually ever done a batch, so maybe I shouldn't, say what I'm saying. But like, I feel like we're trying to make change
at the same time.
10% of the people that are doing the actual work.
At the same
time,
brother.
Most of the people that are doing gig apps are 90% do it part time. So we're trying to help 10% of the people that are actually doing it. So it's an odd situation. And I feel like there's a lot of energy being spent, and I hope they get some things figured out. Like maybe they've got the 5 things they want to do, and some of them change, and maybe they'll do something. But all these strikes happen. The DoorDash one, like, there's no change. So I feel like it's like we're self-soothing ourselves so we can be heard for our own benefit, but there isn't actually real action at the end of the day after that day.
I will tell you this, Pedro. Instacart work is definitely more time consuming, but less miles on the vehicle, right? So as an Instacart shopper myself, okay, even if I didn't make it past where I can actually start seeing my ratings and all the above, right? I experienced going into a store, trying to communicate with the customer, trying to replace items, trying to do this, trying to do that, refund, this, that, find a replacement item. I know what that's like. I've done a few shops, and I can tell you that I definitely agree that they are underpaid, right? They are underpaid for the amount of work that they're doing. But when it comes down to these large batches, these multi-batches, right? More than one, more than two. And then they are literally looking at the pay. I just feel like, a lot of people are doing some bad batches, then they're getting upset over the fact that they had to do a bad batch. And then they're pissed off now, like, oh man. And on the other side, at the very beginning of all of the gig economy. I see this time and time again. They pull you in with a great promo, and when you become a seasoned veteran, you lose money. They cut your pay. I've heard stories of DoorDash drivers that are used to making $15 per order. It sounds great, but guess what? They were just pulling you in. Now, they have to look out for their bottom line. And I've said in videos, if they have to look out for their bottom line, you have to look out for yours. What are you doing? If these batches, they're going to exist. Just like lowball offers are going to exist, but it's up to the driver or the shopper that is going to accept and complete that. It's up to them. Just like I use that analogy. If there's something in a store that no one is buying, no one is accepting, no one is completing in the sense of talking about Instacart here, if there's something that people are not completing and customer satisfaction is going down, right? Customers are upset because Instacart, I can't get my food. I'm going somewhere else. They are going to be forced to do something different. But you are not supposed to take that abuse. I mean, Pedro, that's just my take on it. As an independent contractor or an independent business owner, just think it for yourself. Are you, as an adult, going to take someone abusing you? And if you're going to do it, why? Why? What's going on? Out of an act of desperation?
I hear you, man. I wouldn't. I think I see some of these batches and via Reddit or screenshots or whatever, but like they seem crazy, right?
They are crazy.
They seem crazy, but they seem crazy. And I don't. What's the answer? I don't know. I think they're obviously taking advantage of a lot of people, and these should be delivered. A big batch like that, 65 cases of LaCroix or whatever, like that should be delivered in some kind of big truck. Like that company, whether it's Walmart, should have a delivery service that delivering that pallet of water to that person's house. That's how it should be. And that person should be paid a livable wage. And it should be like that. But there's so many people that got desperate with this pandemic and other reasons they feel the need that they need to do it. And I think that's part of it's desperation. People taking these bad batches because maybe there's nothing else, or Instacart, Instabot, I think is what people call them, take all the good orders and good batches, and then you wake up and there's nothing left for you. So it's they're preying on our desperation. It's just it's crazy to me, because at the end of the day, I want to have empathy, but we don't have to take that. We don't have to take that, right? We literally don't have to take it.
You don't even have to deal with the bot.
Right. Well, why don't we figure out, okay, what in my market? I want to continue to challenge people. Know your demographic, know your market, do your research. Find these gig apps that you can hit with. And I think in each market, there has to be a couple that you can really make money with. And then you uninstall the other ones and you keep it moving. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
People can agree to disagree, but I appreciate it, man. I'll hang up and listen. I appreciate you guys.
No problem.
Thanks for taking my call, my friend.
Thank you for calling in.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Pedro. We're going to go to the next caller. Let's see if this is someone that, that's for the strike. And let's see if this person has a strong opinion that, that disagrees with us. Because I'm really looking to hear, someone that feels strongly about why they should strike and why, and have a legitimate reason that they could probably change my mind, the way that I look at this. Hopefully they can. Let's answer this call. Thank you for calling the Gig App Life podcast. Who are we speaking to?
Oh, Smacking AZZ.
Smacking AZZ. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I have a very strong opinion on this because they could have ordered from eBay or just had it ordered to them. You see what I'm saying? Why spend that much money as a customer versus doing eBay or Amazon?
Are you talking
You know
about the
like,
65 cases of LaCroix, whatever?
Yes, that is nuts.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this: Is it?
Okay.
Do you feel? Okay. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, right? And just answer to the best of your ability, right? Okay. Question number 1: Do you feel like Instacart shoppers in the current state right now, with the screenshots I put on the screen, do you feel like they're underpaid and overworked?
Yes.
Okay. Second question: Do you feel an Instacart shopper that is underpaid and overworked should be working the same app over and over and over on a daily basis? That is taking full advantage of their desperation.
You know what? And that's what these apps do. I mean, like I do it part time. Like we've talked before. I do it part time, but 6-7 cases. That's going like with Walmart Spark or whatever. That's another. I guess that's a delivery app for
Walmart.
Walmart.
Right.
I'm not taking 67 cases now unless I got a pickup truck or extended SUV. Where sometimes these delivery services don't take into account to your car. Like after I had my surgery or whatever,
they don't take into account about your car. Like, just like the $3,000 DoorDash order alcohol that I had to carry in my Civic, my suspension was gone. But guess what? That was my choice. That was my choice. I took a bad order. So I said, you know what? I'm never doing something like that again. I've avoided Total Wine ever since then.
No, after I saw it, I would unassign it. I mean,
that's DoorDash. But with Instacart, they have very strict rules on their rating system. Mrs. UDM, come on, you got to chime in here. You've been gone for a while. I got a strong opinion here. Come on, chime in too.
Man.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you now, 67 cases at 60. No.
It's not just one.
Do it
no,
you're
saying 67 cases, but it's 60. I think it's 65 times 2.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I think it said 65 times 2.
No, honestly, I still wouldn't do it because you can make those orders up. Like I've ordered from Instacart, and like I said in your feed, we ordered 4 cases of water. And my wife ordered $400 worth of groceries. And I just came out for surgery. And I tipped the man $75 in cash, right? And then left another tip. Like I do DoorDash, but at the same time I continue using these services. It's a premium for I guess for people that can't actually get out and do it. So you have to pay the premium. But some of these tips that the customers leave is ridiculous.
Okay.
And but that would be the foundation. I understand when you go to Wendy's, you go here. I understand little tips. Trust me, I understand little tips on that one.
Okay. Well, I do have a few more other calls in the queue, and they're racking up now. So anything else you want to say to the family?
Okay.
Smacking AZZ.
Look,
go ahead.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, everybody drive safe and take orders where it makes sense. That's all I got.
Yes.
But thank you, and Ms. UDM. I hope you're fine, and UDM. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say because I wouldn't 67 cases. Nope.
Thank you so much for calling in and sharing. We appreciate it.
Have a good one, brother.
All right.
Bye bye.
You too.
Yeah. Let's go to the next caller because I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on somebody that got a strong opinion here.
Yeah, and I have some things to say. I'm just waiting, because I want to get through the calls first.
All right. Who are we speaking to?
Hi, UDM. It's Bud Soda. I've been salivating over this.
Oh, boy. Okay, what's up, Bud Soda? Talk to me, man. Talk to us.
Well, all right. Instacart's my main app, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I hustle. I make money. There's bots.
Mm-hmm.
That's awful. They should somehow get rid of them, you know. And the rest of us, there's an out at the store, and we get punished with the bad ratings like you talked about earlier. And then we see a bunch more bad orders. And it's very frustrating. The triple stacks, they sent me a survey the other day, and that was one of the questions, but most of the questions were vaguely worded. Here's your feeling on 1 to 5, you know, you don't like it or you really like it. And most of them were 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, but they did ask, how do you feel about double or triple batches? And I don't mind double, but triple just pull your hair out nightmare sometimes. The mistake percentage, likeliness of it goes up. It cost me money in my pocket the other day. And just, you have to discern in 38.3 miles for $60. That's a terrible order. If that had less miles, I think that would be a great order. Like if it was less than 20, I think that'd be a good order for less than 20, less than 15 would be great. And people are going to sit there, whine and complain because they're taking $7 offers all day because it's the only thing on the screen. This is why you also multi-app. And occasionally DoorDash will come up for me, and I'll go do that if it's a good enough offer. Or I go to my busy area, I can jump back and forth. I literally jump back and forth all day. And I plan to do that Sunday. And I'm going to go to a new region next week where I'm on, quote, vacation. And I'm going to work the gig apps in between my events for Super Dirt Week and Oswego. And it just frustrates me. I think it's just union crap. I can't explain it any other way because there's grasping at straws. They want to turn us into W-2s. Too many people have a W-2 mentality. I get it. I get why they have that mentality because that's all they've done all their life. And I've always had a hustle in me. You know, I do a lot of side work. I work through W-2s. I do the gig apps. And most of these people, it ain't meant for them. I say wait for these people to fall by the wayside where they figure out that, oh, I'm losing too much money. Or unfortunately, they run their car into the ground and can't fix it because they take all these bad offers and have no money to fix it. I think it will get better in the long run, but we have to hold out. And the more apps you can do, the better, like you told me earlier today.
Okay. So I got to ask you this, Bud Soda. As an Instacart shopper, that is your app that you have right now. And I'm sure you have others, but your situation, you don't have many other apps in your area. So I'm going to ask you this. The strike, do you understand why they want to strike? And do you believe the strike is the solution to their problem?
Yes, I understand why, and no, it is not. It is definitely not. It's not going to be the solution.
So, okay, let me ask you this now. You can't really think for them or answer their questions, but why do you feel shoppers or drivers, when it comes down to these apps, why do you feel a strike is the first thing that everyone, that's their I can't even get my words right. Help me out, Mrs. UDM. That's their go-to.
Yeah, their go-to. They think that the strike is going to solve everything.
Why do you feel, if you don't feel like it's going to fix the issue, why do they use that as a go-to to find some kind of resolution to the problem?
I think it's half basic ignorance, and half people aren't aware of all these other things that might be in multiple markets. So I think it's whatever, but I'm trying to, it was on tip of my tongue and I lost it, darn it. And we just need to be more broad. You can do what you can and you move on. And this is why you have other outlets. There's no shame in going back to that W-2. And I realize a lot of these people don't want to do that. But if you're sitting there on one app like DoorDash, or you just do Instacart, you're going to fail. I thought long and hard about just doing the gig apps, and I am so glad I didn't, because I sat for an hour and a half the other night, no orders came in at all. And even the half hour I was driving back, 2 hours, nothing. So I'm glad that I kept them, and I worked 3 hours cleaning buses like I did tonight as my one of my W-2s, because I have alternate sources of income, and worst comes to worst, I can go do something else with my life. You got to broaden your horizons. You got to bet on you, like Pedro says, and you got to have goals in life. This is a bridge to something else better in your life. You can use this to subsidize that, but it better not be your only thing that you do or that you think you're going to do long term.
Okay. All right. Well, Bud Soda, I do have five other callers in the queue. Actually, 4 other callers in the queue. Anything else you want to say to the family or Mrs. UDM? You haven't spoken to Miss UDM, and she hasn't spoken to you. She's been ghost.
I'm not ghost. I'm here.
Thank
you for your feedback. We appreciate it.
Sweetheart, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
I'm glad it was nothing. Yeah. And as far as the fam, keep on grinding. Keep pushing. Even with your bad days, don't get discouraged. Keep pushing.
All
right, definitely. Thank you.
All right, have a good one then, brother.
Bless you, brother. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's get this next caller up on the line. Yes. Let's get him on. Talk to us. Who are we speaking to?
Oh. It's Josh. Hold on. Let me mute the stream. All right, I'm here. It's Josh.
It's Josh. And, I have control of his volume, so if he wants to whisper, I can turn him up now.
Oh, so we got jokes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm using my, streaming mic for this, but okay.
All right.
I got you.
All right. What's your opinion on this, Josh?
Strikes in general, I believe they're terrible, especially for the gig economy, seeing that you guys hold no bar or benefit over the company. So striking when it comes to like actually making a difference, it'll never make a difference, seeing that you guys actually don't work for the company, you work for yourself. So it's a bad misrepresented image when you strike. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
So it's a very misrepresented image. For example, you don't work for the company, you work for yourself. So striking is basically you striking against your own company. So basically, if you're striking about low pay, you're paying yourself incorrectly. Yes. And that means you're miscategorizing yourself and your representation and your relationship with these companies all wrong. You don't work for these companies. Yes. You work for yourself. Am I wrong?
Yes.
No? Yeah. So, in my opinion, when you work for yourself and you don't work for a company, and you pay yourself and you control your own expenses, if you're striking, what are you telling the general public? It's my question to you, guy. I know you're supposed to ask questions, but flip the tables for a second.
I'll let Mrs. UDM answer.
Well, I guess you want to be a W-2 worker, I guess.
Well, there's that, but also it shows the entire world or whoever that you're presenting this to that you don't understand your position within the gig economy. It also shows that you're not paying yourself well enough. So you striking is just showing that you don't know how to pay yourself. So it's a bad image all around. That's how I feel about the strikes.
Now,
you're misrepresenting yourself.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Do you feel Instacart shoppers, or let's just say gig economy workers, do you feel that food delivery and shopping, they're underpaid?
It's a 50-50. Are they underpaid? Yes. But are they underpaid because of the company? No. A lot of people are underpaid because they misunderstand the fact that they need to choose better offers. The more you continue to accept $2-3 offers, if that's what your you're worth going out, if you're able to wake up in the morning and say, I can spend an hour of my time for $2 or $3, then by all means, take $2 or $3. But if you know that in your mind you want to make $15, $16, $20, $30, $40 an hour, don't go out here and take $2 offers. You're underpaying yourself.
Exactly.
You're in control of your own pay and wages.
You know what, Josh? The main thing that I like about what you said is when you go and you strike, it's like you're striking against yourself.
Yeah. Okay, I have a serious question. When you're looking at the statistics of some of these strikes, where do they usually originate? I said it in the chat. Most people may have saw it, but where do they usually originate?
Oh, you're asking me?
He put it in the chat.
He put it in the chat?
Mm-hmm. Were you watching?
No, I wasn't reading the chat.
Oh, man, you didn't read my comment?
Don't start, Josh. Just go ahead and answer your own question. Where do they originate?
I'll answer my own question. They usually originate in northern states or states in which
I did see that.
So, one of the questions you asked the last caller is, why do you think that people believe that this is going to make change? And it's because a lot of times the strike actually originates in a place where, in a normal circumstance, when you're a W-2 worker or work for a unionized company, that would work. A mass walkout would work.
Nah.
But since we're independent contractors and they can literally flip a switch and let 300,000 people on the platform in a day, do we really think it's going to make a difference? There's a line. Like Grubhub, for example, there's a 2-year wait list. There's a line.
But
is it going to make a difference? Absolutely not. They're just going to bring more people.
I've seen videos where
especially when we're blasting it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this part, right? I've seen videos, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen these videos as well, of people that feel strongly about this, and they're literally like pushing the narrative of like the people that are against the strike are like part of the problem. What do you have to say to those people, Josh? Those people that feel like if you're against the strike, like the way that they're choosing to do it, you're part of the problem.
What I have to say to them is very simple. Be careful what you wish for, because you don't know what you might end up with. We've struck now for, I want to say 5 years. I feel like me and you have been talking and going through this for about 4 or 5 years together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at this point, we have struck 5 times and nothing has happened. So to believe that it's just going to be the end all be all for one, I don't see it. Show me the statistics. You know what I mean? That's what I have to say. Show me the statistics and then I'll listen. But the statistics prove that nothing is going to happen. If you believe that I'm part of the problem, then help me change it with you in a way that actually affects the company. For example, if we were all smart and decided to set a goal and not take certain amount of offers, the company would be forced to increase pay. For example, if nobody takes a $3 offer and it's not going to get delivered, the company's not going to pay us $3 because it's not going to get delivered. Mm-hmm. And that order, or those series of orders, hundreds, thousands of orders that get delivered for $3 are going to have a higher payout.
Exactly.
Because in the end, if they can't get them to the customer, DoorDash is the one that suffers. If I don't get on the platform for a day, I suffer. I don't make money. These companies that are showing you guys to strike, or these people that are telling you to strike, they ain't going to pay your bills. They ain't going to pay your bills. They ain't going to give you no money. So who are you hurting? It ain't me.
Well, Josh, I want to thank you.
It definitely ain't DoorDash.
I want to thank you for calling in and sharing your opinion. You had some very valid points, and some that, some will probably disagree with. Not me. I agreed with a lot of what you said, but I I want to at least get maybe like 2 more callers in to hear their opinions, and then we got to start wrapping it up because we came in late and we already like approaching 11:15.
Yes, guys, and Josh agreed to pay your bills if you go on strike. He didn't hear that one.
He didn't hear that. All right, Josh.
I did. Wait, what happened? Wait,
no, ain't nothing. All right, bro. You have a good one, okay? Let me get another call on the line.
Good night.
Wow. All right, y'all have a good night.
All right. All right. The next one thank you for calling the Gig App Life podcast. Who are we speaking to?
What's up, man? I'm David.
David, how you doing, David?
Hello.
I'm all right.
All right. I'm hoping that you have a strong opinion as well.
For about a year and a half. I just don't understand. Like, I just feel like we get punished, like, you know, like with the pay cuts and stuff. I don't understand why they do that to us as gig workers.
Okay, so all right, look, Okay, can I be honest with you, David?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I do not believe it's a punishment. Should I explain?
Yeah, I understand. I just think it's wrong how they do us though. But I mean, I love the job. I like it better than a W-2 job. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But I love the freedom and, you know, getting to spend time with my family and stuff like that. But it's just like certain things I don't like about it.
Okay. Now, I do not believe it's a punishment. It's them doing business. It's a difference. When you start a business, you're going to want to grow that business to be successful. Whatever that they're trying to do. Whatever their plan was in the very beginning that we weren't a part of that meeting. Hey, we're gonna get drivers to sign up. How are we gonna get drivers to sign up? We're gonna offer them $15 per order, then gradually decrease the pay. That was probably in the plan before they even became a thing. Now, I understand that when you go out here, you got used to the fact or the thought of you could go make your money and you have the flexibility to spend more time with your family. But in the very beginning, they had a plan to decrease our pay that we did not know about. They had a plan because they have to make adjustments here and there to grow their business to whatever point that they're trying to grow it to. So I do not feel like it's a punishment. It's a part of their plan to grow. Now, I tell people, use this as a source of income. Take the emotion out of it and use it as a source of income. If you understand things differently, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't look at things with just one lens. You look at it from different angles. You could probably understand it just a little bit better. We've gotten comfortable to the thought that we can go out here, turn on an app, and we could make our money and spend more time with our families. But in the end, they're just executing a plan that they already had when they first launched. They weren't planning on paying us what they started paying us from the very beginning.
I understand that.
And over time, they made slight adjustments, especially when they see, hey, we could get drivers to take lower offers, and we're making a lot more money doing that than paying them more and completing less offers. It's a numbers thing for these companies. It's all the numbers. Look at how many people have lost their lives. And all they could say is something like, hey, we're doing all that we can to help the law enforcement. But you don't hear too much more after that. People are losing their lives while working these apps. And it's a canned response. So what I'm saying is you have to literally look at yourself, your car, your gas, your expenses. This is your business. So the way they look at their business and had a plan, you have to have a plan as well. Let me ask you this, David. I really want to give you a chance to say what you have to say. How long do you plan on doing gig work?
I just love it so much. I mean, I do love it. I love, giving good customer service and stuff like that. I just enjoy it, I really don't know how long I'll be doing it, but.
So do you have a plan for like the next 5 to 10 years? Do you plan on doing gig work for the next 5 to 10 years?
Probably not. Just for now.
Just for now. So it's like a short-term type of thing, but you don't really have a plan for later on down the road.
No, but I should have a plan.
Yes. I suggest you have a plan because they're going to always look out for themselves. They're always going to look out for themselves. Their bottom line. They're never going to look out for the driver. Even if they send emails that make it sound good, they're never going to look out for the driver. Even with the promos, the point of the promos is to get more drivers on the road. It's not to pay you more. That's the only point of the promos, to get you to complete more orders for them so they can make more money. So you have to look out for yourself. You have to have a plan. 5 years. It could even be less. The next year, the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't feel anyone should be doing this 10 years. But I understand it's enjoyable. 10 years, this has a lot of wear and tear on the body. But at the same time, I say use it as a stream of income. Maybe in the next 10 years, David, you can have something else that you can make a lot more money from, drive a lot less miles, and spend a lot more time with your family. But you really have to hunker down and find out what that thing is. And it could probably be, you could probably make a lot more than you are making now with these apps. You really just have to take time for yourself. Take time out, and you have to look and think about yourself. Like Pedro say, bet on you. You have to. Do you have kids?
Yeah, you're exactly right.
I
see where you're coming from, UDM. You're awesome. I always watch your videos and stuff. You're awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. But I also know that there are others that disagree with a lot of what I say. So I'm not going to act as if I know everything. But at the same time, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help people see things from see the painting for what it is. It's a painting that the artist probably already knew what they were going to paint. And that's the company. They already knew how things were going to be by the next 5 years, the next 6 years, 7 years. They had a whole plan already. And that's all I'm trying to help people see. So if they have a plan, you got to have a plan too. Not necessarily an exit strategy on how you're going to get out of the gig economy and stuff like that, but a plan to help you get to the next level. What's your next level? That's what you need to be thinking about. Not you necessarily, David, but anyone, even myself. What's the exit? I keep going to exit, but what's the next step? How are you going to level up? We have to get our money. How are we going to get it? Now I'm getting into coding. I'm getting into the stock market. I'm getting into cryptocurrency. How are you going to level up? You got to level up. So, David, I know I've been doing majority of the talking, but I really want you to get what you need to get out. Go ahead and get it off your chest, and then we'll take one more call after this.
I've been saying I'm a really dedicated, gig worker, man. I mean, sometimes I'll go out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning and work all day long. I mean, I work Uber Eats and DoorDash is what I do. And I actually tried, the Grubhub, but I just didn't care for that too much. I mean, not in my market.
Okay. Anything, Mrs. UDM?
No, I agree with what you were telling him in regards to, you have to think about the future. You can't stay stuck and stagnant in one particular thing, because things are always changing and evolving. So you always have to be ready and be ready to go with whatever, if you have a family, and even if you don't have a family, for yourself, you owe that to yourself to make sure you're prepared for the future, because you never know what could happen.
Okay, David.
Yes.
I hope you got a chance to say everything you needed to.
Thank you so much, UDM. You're awesome, man. It's just hard, man. I'm the only one that works, and I support a lot of people in my household right now. It's crazy. I mean, but you're exactly right. But I gotta find something else to maximize my earnings and stuff. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I appreciate everything you said to me.
No problem, brother. All right, so I'm gonna take one more call, okay?
All right.
All right.
Bye, UDM. Have a good night.
You have a good one.
Good night.
For all the other callers in the queue, I know that y'all probably have a lot to say, but I'm just gonna take one more call. It's getting kind of late here. All right, so we're just gonna take this last caller right here. Thank you for calling the Gig App Life podcast. I see you were on hold for 27 minutes. You have a lot of dedication, so hopefully you have a lot to say. Who are we speaking to?
Kimberly?
Kimberly?
Yes.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Mrs. UDM?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Miss UDM?
I'm great. Thank you.
Striking is not going to work, especially a one-day strike. What I feel as though people really, and a lot of other callers have already hit on it, but you really have to know your worth. You can't get time back. So when you're looking at these batches and offers that you're getting from whatever platform you're on, why would you do a batch for 100 items for $7 and no tip? That's insane. That makes no sense. You don't know your worth, and you're just doing whatever the app throws at you. The algorithm is going to read that, and they're going to say, well, hey, we can do these stupid batches, and they're going to take it. Who cares? So all those of us who actually know our worth and value our time are not going to do those batches, because we know it's going to take me an hour and a half to pick 100 items and then put all that stuff in my car, go to you, especially if you're like 20 or 30 miles away, you're not getting paid for that.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not getting paid for that. It's just the same thing as it's just the same thing as when I did that. There was a DoorDash video, Mrs. UDM. The DoorDash video, the driver took a $2 offer. Mm-hmm. They said it was only going 1 mile, and then they ended up waiting 20 minutes for $2.
Yes.
Why would you do that to yourself? Why are you so committed to the $2 going 1 mile for 20 minutes? It's like, why are you doing that? Like, what's causing you to make that poor decision to be committed to $2? Let that thing go. Okay, you accepted it because it was going 1 mile. Okay, but if it was ready, you could have knocked that out, right? But you are so committed, you stuck with it for 20 minutes.
Wow.
Like she said, know your worth, right?
Order for 20 minutes for $2. That's insane.
Right. I really do believe.
That's a lot of.
I really do believe a lot of drivers, a lot of shoppers, they they're influenced by other shoppers in the community, in their community when they go out there to work, and within like whatever social media that they hang out, that they're always in the comments, wherever they're influenced. I don't even want to say that they're on YouTube like that, but what I'm saying is like, when I see that these shoppers are making bad decisions like this, and then they get so frustrated that they end up organizing these protests and stuff, and I'm seeing these protests and strikes and all that for years, they're all organized the same way. They get media attention. It's all hyped. Look at the Decline Now movement. Kimberly, do you remember the Decline Now movement?
Yeah.
What happened to
that's just the same thing as cherry picking. I mean, you have every right to cherry pick. You have every right to take the right offer for you.
Right.
We have to get other people on board to understand that I don't give a crap about being a top dasher. I'm out there to make my $200 or $400 a day that I need to make. And me doing $2, $3, or $4 orders is not going to get me there.
Exactly.
It's a waste of my time.
Exactly.
So people need to understand, value your time. And then these companies will understand that, look, okay, I'm trying to make money, they're trying to make money. If we work together, we both can make money.
Right.
I know how business works. I understand how business works.
Right.
But these companies are taking advantage. So I do understand why they want to strike. I do understand to a degree why they want to have customers uninstall the app. But it's also stupid to have customers uninstall the app, because I've seen a big drop in my area. I'm from Maryland.
Okay.
So I've seen a big drop in my area. And I'm like, did a lot of people actually uninstall the app, or are we just not getting any orders? What's really going on?
Right.
You can't hurt yourself while you're trying to make a change. You have to be smart about it. You have to be able to think outside the box. You have to be able to think ahead of what these business owners are thinking. They're only thinking about their bottom line, and however much money they can cut the drivers, they're going to do it. But if we can educate other drivers to not just, I look at a bunch of different people on YouTube. I listen to, and I pick and pull from, what they say, what's logic, what's stupid,
Yeah.
You have to use your own mind, your own common sense.
Right.
If I don't agree with you, but there are some things that you say that are right, I don't listen to that.
Okay.
And we have a bunch of people in this doing this that are followers. They don't know how to think for themselves.
Right.
Which then makes everybody else suffer.
Right.
Because they're taking all the BS.
Right. Okay, so I gotta ask you this. Because you're spitting facts right now. You're spitting facts. Okay. So, all right. Do you believe? All right. So like I said in the very beginning, I believe that these apps, Instacart, since that's the main topic of the night, Instacart is underpaying these shoppers, and they're giving them these extremely large batches that they should be paying out a lot more money for. But at the same time, independently looking at it from the other end, why are you accepting that? Would you accept, do you do Instacart, Kimberly?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you see any of the screenshots that I posted earlier? I don't know if you were here from the beginning.
No, because when I finally saw that you was on, I was on my way back to the house.
All right, so
I jumped on because this is a topic I wanted to talk about.
All right, so let me just read a couple of them to you since you're on the phone. All right, I'm going to put them up on the screen so people can see them once again. All right, I don't know how much they offered this shopper, but 65 cases times 2, which makes it 130 cases of LaCroix sparkling water, variety pack, 24 by 12 ounce cans. So 130 cases. What do you think about that order? There's more to it, but what do you think about that? That's crazy, right? Okay.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I wouldn't have done that.
Okay. What about this one? All right. $76. This is a Sam's Club triple batch. It has a bunch of cases of, all right, you have like 7 cases of Coca-Cola and some other cases of other drinks. Do you feel like $76 is enough for all those cases of drinks?
No, because when you think about it, you're doing all that lifting. And that's more than likely going to a business or an office building.
Right.
For all that, you can get your butt up, take your van, and you go and shop for that order. I'm breaking my back that I don't even have, that company's not paying me insurance. Like, prime example, I had a DoorDash today at PetSmart for like kitty towers, cat towers, and stuff like that.
Right.
I took the order. It was a good payout. It was a short distance for me to drop it off. I went inside to go and get it, and I'm looking at it, and the first box was a 60-inch plate, luxurious climbing, whatever. And I went to go pick the box up, and then I pushed it out and said, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this. That box weighed at least 50 pounds, and all of them, the 4 items that were on it, were pet towers.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not doing that. So I called DoorDash to unassign. I say, this is something that should not be on this platform. You did not say that we need to be able to list as food delivery, because that's what you started off as, food delivery, to pick up 50 to 100 pounds. No.
Right. Exactly.
It's just like INSTACART. I would lift water and stuff like, because that's what I signed up for. You know, you got to be able to lift 50 pounds, but that's fine. I used to cook for a living. I'm used to lifting heavy stuff. But I'm not going to put that much wear and tear on my body. There's a limit to what I'm going to lift when it comes to Sam's Club, Costco. 6 cases of water. I buy 10 cases of water for my house.
Right.
But I'm not going, that doesn't mean I want to pick up 10 cases of water every single day and climb them upstairs. No. Okay. We have to be smart about what we do. You don't have to take that order. If your mentality is that, well, this is what they give me, this is what I got to do, then you might as well go back and work a W-2, because you don't know how to run your business. If you need structure like that, go back to a W-2. Get out of this market and stop messing it up for everybody else. Yes, it is fun. Yes, it is easy, but you have to be smart about it. We all want to make money. We all want to pay off bills. We all want to pay off debt. We all want to take and use this to get into something else. It's not going to be forever, but it catapults you into something else. It catapults you into making that money that you can bank. But when you have people out here that don't care, that, you know, it shows me you don't care when you take an order for 75 cases of LaCroix. What, are you stuck on simple? I don't understand that. That makes no sense. Money is a tool for you to pay your bills. That's all it is. And when you start letting money drive your desperation, no, you can't be desperate. Because if you're desperate, go back to a W-2 where you're getting a consistent pay. You have health insurance. Go back to doing that. But people that actually understand how to run a business, those are the people that are doing this because they get it. They have that freedom. I've been in the kitchen for 30 years of my life. Yes, I am happy to be out and breathing the fresh air, enjoying the weather, being able to take care of my family, being able to, to go back and forth to NC to watch over my mom. That gives me that freedom. But I'm not that desperate where I'm just going to take any order because I'm hurting. I'm not just thinking about me. I'm thinking about the other shoppers, other dashers, other point pickup people. I'm thinking about everybody else. Because if I take that bad order, that's just that trickle down effect that they're going to keep on sending them. And that's what other drivers need to understand. You keep taking bad orders, they're going to keep sending them to us. And you don't even get paid for units that you pick anymore.
And that's that same analogy that I keep using. I used it a few times. if there's something that is not selling in a store, they're going to stop selling it. They're going to take it off the shelves because it's not making them any money.
It's taking up inventory space.
Exactly. So we really need to refocus on how to. I really have a plan on how to fight these companies, but it's the simplest plan, and a lot of us do it already. Decline. Don't take the bad stuff.
Exactly.
The stuff that they consider that they offer us, they consider that to be, hey, let's give them this at the lowest number. What's the lowest we could give it? All right, okay. Did he take it? Did she take it? If she took it, then okay, we could try another person. We could try another person. We could try another person. And if they keep trying people, and more and more and more and more are taking these low offers, guess what? They're gonna send more of them. And if the numbers look right, let's just, I'm just going to say this last thing and then we're going to start wrapping it up. Okay, Kimberly? All right. So, because you are the last call. All right. So let's look at this from their perspective. They see numbers. They don't see what the sweat that fall down our face. They don't feel the pain in our backs when we trying to carry these things up the stairs. They don't know none of that. They see numbers. Okay, week 1, what did our numbers look like? How much did we make? How much did we lose? How much is this? How much is that? How many drivers do we have? How many were on the platform when we offered that promo? Those are the numbers and many other numbers that they look at. If a driver ends up getting hurt, how many drivers have we had? How many drivers got into an accident this past month? Is it one? Oh, it's not a problem. We'll just figure out how we're gonna deal with that. They're looking at numbers. Numbers.
That's all they look at.
That's all they look at.
They're not even gonna care about you getting into an accident or hurting your back. They're just gonna bring on. Okay, I done lost 5 people in this certain area in Chicago. We had 5 drivers go out because they had an accident, so they don't have a car, or another 3 people that hurt their back, so they're not on the platform. I'm going to bring in 10 more people.
Yeah. And that's
they can replace you so easily. They don't care.
Yep.
And that's why other shoppers need to understand, stop being loyal to these companies because they're not going to be loyal to you. So just as they're trying to be cutthroat, you need to be just as cutthroat to make your money and to make them understand this is what I'm not going to do.
Exactly.
And everybody, all of us got to be on the same page. I don't care if you don't really agree with it or you think that we're whining or complaining. No, we're not whining and complaining because it's affecting you as well. I'm not in California. California, where I've seen some YouTubers, they're still making like pretty damn good money on batches, but they got to drive longer distance. We're not even seeing that out here.
Yep.
So you got to work within your market. That's why a lot of times when I say I pick and choose, where I watch a bunch of people, but I'm going to listen to people more so that are in markets similar to mine in a smaller. Not even that my market is small, but it's not as big as California. It's not as big as Detroit. You got to know where you are. You got to find those honeycombs, but you also got to be smart about it. And that's what a lot of people aren't being. They're not being smart about it. They're thinking because, well, I'm here and I'm making this money. Just because you're making it here, we're not making it here. You're making $400 here. We might only be making $200 to $300 here. We all have to be together as a collective to make these companies understand. And until that happens, they're not going to listen anyway because a lot of people are so divided in how they think. They're not really getting the gist of what we're trying to accomplish. This is to benefit all of us.
Yeah.
And until we are ready to come together as a collective, it's not going to work. And these one-day strikes and all that, it's not going to work. A one-day strike means nothing. So what? You took a day off.
And lost money.
Exactly.
Well, Kimberly, I want to thank you for your insight. I want to thank you for sharing, even down to your understanding on why they feel that they need to strike. I, to be honest with you, over the years, I've given up on strikes because they all start the same way and they all end the same way. And when I brought up decline now, I brought it up because it made the news, it made headlines, or maybe it didn't make news, but it was, they talked about it and then you don't hear about it anymore. Right. It's like it gets hyped up. Yeah, man. Yep, man. Oh, man. Yep. And then you don't hear about it anymore. That's what it has always been over the years. This movement starts, then the movement fades away. And if that's what we're doing, we're just starting movements to have something to talk about. Man, you remember Decline Now? Yeah, man, I remember Decline Now. Yeah, that was a movement, man. They were declining. And then it faded away.
No, a true movement is when you actually are able to get something done for the long run.
Yeah.
These little, hit and miss, that's all they are. These companies, like, we all know that Instacart is trying to go public. So they're trying to make everything look beautiful, make sure they're making money and all this so they can get investors.
Yep.
And I don't have a problem with companies going public. But at the same time, the people that are making the money for you, just like in any business, is your subordinates. It's, the people that's the true engine of the company. All of us out here driving and working, we're building you up. And you're not, just like if I take a double batch, I'm going to make sure that double batch is worth me taking because I know I'm not getting paid for that second batch. I'm not getting paid for that third batch. So my rule is I don't take triple batches.
Exactly.
Because I'm not getting paid for it.
Exactly.
I'm working for free if I'm taking that double batch, which doesn't sit well with me. But as long as it's paying me a good payout, I would deal with it. But that's my choice. But I'm not going to take a double batch that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to take a double batch that's got me driving 58 freaking miles to drop off. No.
Yeah. Well, Kim,
we have to be strategic in what we do.
Well, Kim, thank you. I thank you. This was a great last call.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate the call.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night, okay, Kimberly?
Good night.
You too. Good night.
Okay.
Yes, that was an awesome call.
That was a very awesome call. Now I'm gonna end with this, and I really want you to have something to say as well. Okay, we gotta close.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. You've been doing all the talking.
So, look, I really wish that I can take my brain and my personality, not necessarily my personality, but I wish I could take my brain and my experience and just put it into those that don't understand what I'm trying to say. I want you to understand what I'm trying to say in case you don't. I know majority of you here, you understand what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, I want those that don't understand to understand this. You have full control over you. You have full control over yourself. So if you are being treated poorly, you have to take ownership in why you're being treated the way that you're being treated. You are allowing it. So you have to make a change. Okay? Now, you don't have to strike to force change. Like, I feel like, stop doing that. You're making me laugh. All right. So she's over here, like, literally, like, and she's, while I'm trying to talk, y'all don't see her, but, and she's like, anyway. So what I'm trying to get at is you cannot force them to change. No matter what you do, you cannot force them to change. The only person you have control over is you. So if you're accepting bad batches, if you're accepting bad orders, you can't blame them for sending you bad batches. They're trying to make their money. Are they trying to take advantage? Heck yeah. You want to know why? Because somebody you don't know is taking what the bad batches that you don't want to take. You have control of you. So you stop it. Okay. You have control of yourself. You got me messing up now. Anyway, control what you accept. Control what you have control of. You made me lose my train of thought, man. I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I was trying to say. She over here in play mode. So all I'm saying is you have no control over the company. You have control over your account. Take the offers that work. If they do not work, if the apps do not work, then you need to go find something else to do. Go find something else to do. If it's not working for you and it's beginning to frustrate you, find something else to do. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Your turn, Mrs. UDM, and my turn for me to do to you what you were doing to me.
Really? I can go?
Your turn. Yes, you can go.
Well, just really quick, I know it's a comment that was a while back, long time ago. Driver Sensei said basically that I conflicted the two, that people need to do these apps because they want to. So I just wanted to address that. First of all, I do think people, if you choose to do this full time, then of course, you have to work, and of course you need the money. Just like if you worked a W-2, you need the money, of course, to pay bills with anything you do. I think even as a person that has a 9-to-5, I think sometimes we get caught up in that we need the W-2 because it's consistent. It's not really consistent, because at the end of the day, they can fire you and you have nothing as well. So I think overall, whether you're an independent contractor or you're a person that has a W-2, you always got to have a backup plan, because you never know what's going to happen. You can't let the money take control of you. You have to be smart with your money in anything you do, even as an independent contractor or a person that has a W-2. You can make it work for you if you choose not to have a W-2 and you want to do it full time. So I don't really think people need a W-2 to have consistency, because the way I feel is you can be an independent contractor and be broke and have a W-2 and still be broke and not be able to pay your bills. It doesn't matter. So I just wanted to leave everyone with something that I wanted to say. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. That's it.
I'm telling, Driver Sensei says, get her, UDM, make her laugh. I'm like, she's ignoring me and she's good at it. She's good at ignoring me, man. You should see when we have like a slight little argument. She'll ignore me, act like I ain't even there. All right, so this entire thing, I think we'll always have people on either side. Some for the strike, some against the strike. And if you're not with them, then you're against them. But they're not willing to hear your side. It's like, you want me to hear you, but you don't hear me. That's a one-sided argument. Yeah. I'm telling you, I want to support you. I want. You heard that? Yeah. I want to support you, but meet me halfway here. You want me to hear you, but you don't want to hear me. So at the end of the day, they will always do what they feel is necessary. And I feel like there will always be a strike. And I will always have to have this conversation with someone. I don't see the need for a strike. I understand why it's frustrating, but I don't see the need for a strike if you're an independent contractor, if you're supposed to be independent. So I'm not. In my nighttime video, Mrs. UDM, I said, there's people that's struggling right now. We're all going through it.
Yes, definitely.
Right? But I wanted to let them know they're not the only one going through it. And I told them, like, don't think that. I told them we didn't have a COVID savings. Right?
No, we didn't.
And I'm like, do you hear me complaining? I'm out here trying to grind and get my money.
Yeah, and that's why I said earlier, you could be an independent contractor, be broke, and a W-2 and still be broke and not have anything. It's just, what you do with your money and how you plan and save.
Right. So I'm just like, complaining gets me nowhere. Why am I going to complain about it? Why am I going to try to start a fight with a big old company that has billions of dollars?
Yeah, because they care nothing about us.
Their bottom line. Again, I'm going to leave y'all with this. They had a plan from the very beginning. A plan we weren't a part of. We were just the ones to sign up and start getting our money. They had a plan. It might have been a 5-year plan. 10-year plan. They already had one. So with that said, family, I hope y'all enjoyed this. This was a 2-hour stream, almost 2-hour stream. And I know Mrs. UDM, she's getting really tired right now. She gave me the look a few times. Dang. Y'all hear that? Y'all see what I got to do with? Anyway, y'all.
Driver Sensei, he got jokes tonight.
Y'all be safe out there, okay? Be safe. Make better decisions for now and your future, for yourself and your family. Make better decisions. I'm trying to do the same, okay? I'm not perfect. We're not perfect, but you got to make better decisions out here. Don't take these bad batches. Let somebody else take them. Or I just tell people, don't take them at all. Don't take them at all and force the company to do better.
Definitely. And don't worry about it. If you go on a strike, Josh, he got you.
So that's it, family. If you have not done so already, do us a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family. Because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. See y'all in the next one.
Deuces.
Deuces.